everyone. We are coming into the Eastbank Campground off of Booster Club Road outside of Chattahoochee, Florida. We just crossed over into Georgia. It's interesting around here because in Georgia it is Eastern time, and as soon as you cross into Florida it goes into Central time. So we've been bouncing back and forth between these two time zones for the last week, and gets a little confusing, especially if you have an appointment somewhere. You have to clarify what time zone they're in. But this is a great road. No issues with the road coming in here. There's not a lot of traffic coming out of town, and Chattahoochee is just a couple of miles from the campground. And there's convenience stores, gas stations. The Piggly Wiggly is the closest decent grocery store, and that's about 5 miles down the road in the little town of Sneeds. And so here we're coming upon the sign and the left turn to go into the campground. And as soon as you make this turn, the speed limit changes. It's 25 in this area, and then as soon as you make this turn and go down this road just a bit, it changes to 10 miles an hour. And I was driving through here a couple of days ago. I was going slow, but I wasn't going 10 miles an hour, and the camp worker down at the kiosk stopped me and said, "Hi, you need to slow down. It's 10 miles an hour through here." So they definitely pay attention to that. So just to let you know. And as you come around this corner right here, you see the little camp host. They're not camp host here, they're camp workers here. They actually get paid. They do live on site.
These are federal workers because this is an Army Corps of Engineers campground.
Right.
So they work under federal regulation.
And you probably just saw that sign for the campsites. The RV campsites are $24 a night. If you have the senior pass or the interagency access pass, you get 50% off of that. And so we're paying $12 a night. There's a dump station right there, and also this is a really nice feature of this campground. It has a fish cleaning station, and inside there are stainless steel cabinets with running water and a garbage disposal to put your fish guts into. They really try to keep this place clean. This is one of the cleaner campgrounds that we've visited. It's very well maintained. It has 3 loops, A, B, and C. A and C are right along the water. There are a few interior spaces on A and C that aren't directly on the water, but they definitely have a lake view. And then B is up on the hill. That's where we're staying right now. We don't have a lake view, but it's a really nice site, so we're very happy with it. There are, right over here, there's a boat launch, and there's also a couple of tent camping spots down there by the boat launch. So this is a loop that we're looking at right now. Put down my window so you can see it a little better. So this is a loop. There are 16 sites here, and the sites are really well spaced. They're not right on top of each other, so it's nice to have a little bit of privacy, a little bit of room. And there's actually an emergency phone up there. You need to call someone. But in this campground, we noticed that there's really good cell service. So that is a plus. We always look for that. And we're coming into B Loop right now, which is where we are staying. And right over here, you can see the showers and the restrooms. There are 4 showers here, and they're pretty hot. For me, I like a really hot shower, so I personally think it could be a little hotter, but it was comfortable. It's definitely doable. And these sites are, most of them are really set up even for big rigs. You can see there are some 40-footers here. There's a couple of pull-through sites that are nice, and but the pull-through sites tend to not give you very much privacy because they're kind of right out in the middle of everything. But it's a really nice campground. Of course, there's water all over the place. There are several little parking areas for visitors. So if you have someone visiting you, or if you need a place to park your tow vehicle, there are areas for that. Each one of the campsites has a picnic table, a fire ring, and a little charcoal grill area. That's a pull-through site. And we're pulling into our area right now. We're going to back in to a parking place next to our rig. Okay, so that is Eastbank Campground. The address says it's Bainbridge, Georgia, but it's actually closer to Chattahoochee, Florida.
Guess where we are, parked in paradise. Eastbank Campground is a Corps of Engineers campground in Bainbridge, Georgia, just over the Florida border. And today is December 23rd, 2021. And this is a freshwater reservoir created by the Corps of Engineers. And over there is a lock and a hydroelectric dam providing electrical power. But what we're interested in are these ducks. There are Canada geese eating over here. And out there in the distance, you can see what's called a bufflehead. And the reason they're so interesting to me is that those ducks dive, and they actually stay underwater for 10-15 seconds, and then they'll pop back up 3 or 4 feet from where they went down. And they're funny to watch. They're really beautiful birds. And we're having a great time here. We switched sites. We were in A Loop, which is closest to the shoreline, and all these campsites in A Loop are, and some in B Loop, are right on the bank. So your campsite includes access to the water. You can kayak and fish here. Very small motorboats. And you can see that there's a whole flock of, I don't know what those kind of...
Those are coots.
Coots are. And they have been swimming in, like, I don't know, as much as 100 at one time, eating whatever is under, I guess it would be duckweed and seaweed, algae. But today is a beautiful day. It was very, very cold last night.
Patch is going exploring.
And we don't want him to do that because here Deborah saw 2 bald eagles yesterday. It was a golden and what?
I saw 2 golden eagles. I haven't seen any bald eagles yet, but we've been told that they are here.
And so there are alligators and big snakes here. And when you come in the gates, the people at the kiosk are going to tell you before you leave. They're going to say, "Hey, do you have a dog?" And you're going to say yes or no. And we said yes because we have Patch. And they said, well, know this, the eagles and other animals and other birds of prey are picking dogs off and cats. So be very careful. He's on a very tight leash. And so we're going to continue walking around this beautiful campground.
And flying in the distance, I don't know if you can see it out there, that's an anahinga. And we saw several of those a couple of days ago. They have a very interesting vocalization. So go on to allaboutbirds.org and listen to the vocalization of the Anahinga. It's really, really interesting.
Let's just turn around here and get this beautiful tree. You can see the Spanish moss is hanging. There are lots of holly here and junipers, but this tree is quite beautiful. So we're gonna walk around. We've got our electric bikes, and I'm gonna take my maiden voyage on my bike today, and we'll see if we can get that on film, because that's gonna be really great. So check us out later. See ya.